Hello, my name is Lindsey, and I have decided to record a video for the discussion post worth all the 3 points. So in this video, I'm going to be doing a detailed explanation of the distance formula and how to use the formula to solve for the distance given 2 points. So to start off, this is the distance formula written out and spoken. It is d equals parentheses x2 minus x1 close parentheses to the second plus parentheses y2 minus y1 close parentheses 2, and it's very important that you don't forget that all of this is over a square root, as you can see. So to do an example problem, I'm going to write my paper and then I will show you what I wrote down, but I'll talk about it as I write it down. So to do an example problem, let's pick 2 points. Let's do 2, 3, and 1, 7. So first the first step is labeling x1, y1, and x2, y2, because we need to plug it in to these equations. So 2 would be x1, and then 3 would be y2, and then the next set would be x2 for the 1, and then y2 for the 7. So this means that the x1, for example, would go right here, the y2 would go right here, x2, we just need to plug it in. So right now we're going to go ahead and do that, plug all the numbers into their correct spot. Let me go ahead and do that. We're going to rewrite the equation by plugging in the numbers. So it's going to be parentheses x2, which is 1, minus x1, which is 2, close the parentheses to the second, right here. And then let's do the second part of the equation, plus y2, which is 7, minus y1, which is 3, and I did make a mistake. This right here is y1, not y2, so it goes x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, and then to the second for that, here's the written equation with it plugged in. Now we're going to go ahead and solve these by doing the parentheses first, and then adding them, and then doing the square root. So let me just go ahead and do that. So it would be d equals all over the square root, and then with my calculator it would be 1 minus 2, which equals -1, but we can't forget to put that to the second. As you can see, this turned into this because we did 1 minus 2 is -1. Then do the second, and then we're going to do that for here too. So we're going to do 7 minus 3 equals 4. So that's going to be 4 to the second. Now we're going to do the second power, so we're going to multiply them by the second power. So d equals the square root of 1 negative to the second, which is 1, plus 4 to the second, which is 16. So now we're going to finish solving this part. We're going to do 1 plus 16, which is going to be 17. Then we're going to do the square root of 17. So 1 plus 16 equals 17. So d equals the square root of 17. Now let's go ahead and solve the square root of 17. I'm going to use my calculator, 17, the square root. So I got D equals 4.12. So here's my final answer. As you can see, there were multiple steps. We plugged it in, we simplified it until we couldn't get more simpler. And don't forget to write units at the end of this, because we are talking about distance. So it would be 4.12 units is what the distance equals. Thank you for listening.